So by popular demand, today we're doing starting pitchers. Now, if you don't know already, make sure you click on the channel, click on community, and there you guys can vote on what you guys see next in terms of live series reactions. And also sometimes I ask you guys what you guys want to see as the double upload, and you guys get to choose the video topic. Now, if you're new here, end up enjoying today's content, hit that like button and red subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on all social medias at Blademas, and let's get into this. So Chris Sale, we're looking at his 3-year averages. So his hits per nine is a 6.75. He has a 75 hit per nine. Me personally, I feel that's pretty low, considering that out of the top 5 pitchers that are live series, he has the 3rd lowest hit per nine. Now looking at his Ks per nine, it is a 13.25. In the game, it's a 92. It should definitely be over 100 because having a 13.25 K per nine is almost unheard of, especially for a starting pitcher. Walk per nine is a 2. He has a 74 in the game. I think that's reasonable for a starting pitcher. It could probably be a little bit higher, maybe a 78, 79. And then home run per nine, 1.04. They gave him a 54 home run per nine. Not sure really how that adds up. I would have at least given him a 60. But overall, I feel like they took more into consideration how last year was one of his worst years and projected him to decline into 2020. Therefore, they nerfed down his attributes instead of actually resembling how he has performed the previous 3 years. Now let's hop on to Justin Verlander. Now Justin, on the other hand, he has the 2nd lowest hit per nine, and his hit per nine is an 88. That's why I say that Chris Sale's hit per nine being a 75 doesn't really add up. When you look at his Ks per nine, it's an 11.29. Chris Sale is almost 2 points higher than him, and they almost have identical Ks per nine, which is also why I'm saying that Chris Sale deserves an attribute higher than 100. 11.29 having a 91 is reasonable, but a 13.25 and having anywhere in the 90s is unreasonable to me. Then walks per nine, 2.14. He has a 76 walks per nine. It seems like anywhere along the lines of a 2 is mid 70s. So we'll say that Chris Sale's and Justin Verlander's walks per nine are perfectly fine the way they are. And then his home run per nine is actually the worst out of any of these pitchers, and it's at a 52, being a 1.27. So I think that's accurate, being a 52. Maybe I would have given him mid 55s, and I would have kept Chris Sale at 60 in terms of home runs per nine. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see how Justin Verlander performs going into this season as he continues to age. Next man up is Gerrit Cole. Now, out of all starting pitchers, he is the one with the highest hits per nine at a 7.09, and he has an 88 hit per nine. Now, of course, he was dominant last year, so you do want to say that they're taking that into consideration more than the previous 3 years. So what I'm trying to say is the formula that they use, even though they say it's 33, 33, 33, meaning they use 33% of 2017, 33% of 2018, and 33% of 2019, I feel like it's flawed, and they actually use probably 25, 25, 50 in terms of percentages, because Gerrit Cole having the highest hit per nine and having an 88 overall for hit per nine in the game doesn't really add up. Then Ks per nine, he has an 11.64, which is great, and in the game it's a 95, which is understandable as well. But once again, bringing up Chris Sale, I'm going to stop bringing up Chris Sale, but I just want you guys to see what I'm saying when it comes to how they do attributes, how it doesn't add up. And then his walks per nine is a 2.45. It's also the highest out of any pitcher here, so it makes sense that it's the lowest attribute that he has. And then his home runs per nine is a 1.15. He has a 57 home run per nine in the game. That also makes sense. So far the pitchers, they've been doing them very well in terms of Justin Verlander and Gerrit Cole. Chris Sale is the only one that I'm iffy about, but I understand because he had such a horrible year last year. Next up is Max Scherzer. Now Max Scherzer has the lowest hits per nine out of any of these pitchers in the previous 3 years, and it's a 6.43. His hits per nine in the game is a 91. I feel like it should be a 95, but 91 is perfectly fine as well. Here you can see his Ks per nine is a 12.32, and he has a 99 K per nine. So you would have to imagine if he had a 13, his Ks per nine would be at least a 105 or 104 or something along those lines, because that's 1 whole point higher, which means that, as I said previously, they weigh more the performance of the previous year rather than all 3 years combined. And then his walks per nine is a 2.09. All of these pitchers, we're seeing the same recurring theme, where if they have a 2 walk per nine, it's in the 70s. So that makes sense as well. He is the second lowest in terms of home runs allowed at .96. He has a 64 home run per nine, which means that Chris Sale should have a 60 as well. But regardless of that, Max Scherzer, they've also done a great job with. He definitely is the number 2 starting pitcher in the MLB right now, even though I'd arguably say that he's the best starting pitcher in the game right now. Last but not least, we got Jacob DeGrom. Now, this is going to be very interesting to some of your ears, but when we're looking at his hits per nine, he has the second highest in all 3 years, losing to Gerrit Cole by 0.4, which is not a good thing, because the higher the hit per nine you have, the worse you are in terms of allowing hits, meaning you allow more hits basically. So he has a 7.05. In the game, they gave him an 89 overall. I said, okay, that seems a little high. It should be more towards the low 80s, if not high 90s. But it makes sense because he just won the Cy Young, so they're going to juice his card up. K per nine, 11.03. This is the lowest out of all starting pitchers here, and he has a 92 K per nine. So you have to say to yourself, well, if that's the lowest, that's one of the highest attributes we've seen. How in the world is that possible? I don't know. Walks per nine, he's actually the second highest at a 2.16. So that is not good either. That means you allow more walks. He has an 80 walk per nine in the game. We've seen a recurring theme that everybody that has somewhere along the lines of a 2 has near the 70s. So clearly juiced up. And then his home run per nine, that is the one attribute that I can 100% agree with here, because he has the lowest home run per nine. So if you guys want me to go ahead and list them in order real quick, hits per nine, the pitchers over the past 3 years that have done the best in terms of hits per nine have been Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander, Chris Sale, Jacob DeGrom, and then Gerrit Cole. In terms of strikeouts, the pitchers that have done the best are Chris Sale, Max Scherzer, Gerrit Cole, Justin Verlander, Jacob DeGrom. In terms of walks per nine, the pitchers that have done the best are Chris Sale, Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander, Jacob DeGrom, and then Gerrit Cole. And then in terms of home runs per nine, the pitchers that have done the best are Jacob DeGrom, Max Scherzer, Chris Sale, Gerrit Cole, Justin Verlander. So there are 2 names that you kept hearing: Chris Sale and Max Scherzer at the top of the list. The reason why you heard both of those 2 names is because those are arguably the 2 best pitchers when you look at it from straight statistic points, and when you do attributes, you base it on that. If you're going to tell us it's the 3-year averages, and those would be the 2 top pitchers of the game. But I understand Jacob DeGrom just won the Cy Young, and you want to juice his card up. But if you did end up enjoying today's content, please make sure to hit that like button, red subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on all social medias at BladeMiss. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.